Rich with Breathingwiththemarkets.com. Today is November 21st, 2025, Friday. Hope you did well in the market traders. Let's see where this video goes. I'll show you a little bit of some scalping results from today. Not a big deal. We're not looking at the money. And I keep talking about volume and hit rate. So volume and hit rate. That's what you need to focus on. Volume and hit rate. This is not a money channel. It's not about money. It's about a skill. You need a skill in the market. I keep saying that every video. You need a skill. It's a fact, right? So let's get in. Let's break down what other people say on YouTube. It's not to make fun of them. It's, it is what it is. If the truth hurts, it hurts, man. If you want to be profitable in trading, you're going to have a skill, okay? Just because you think someone is profitable does not mean that they have a skill or they are trading on a skill-based system, okay? A skill-based system is a methodical approach to the market based on objective evidence. And once you have that, then you build your skill and your ability to execute those trades during that time, okay? So don't just think about words and what people say or what I say, just words in general, but look at the bigger picture, okay? Let's check out the results from this morning here on these two accounts only here. Here we go. What we have here is the performance on these two accounts, $4,164.50. Commission and fees, I was really surprised today for commission and fees. I made two videos today of me scalping and what they can look forward to and what is capable in the market. And I'm showing what is capable in the market based on my skill level, based on my skill. I'm going to share that with the mentees over the weekend. I did create those two videos today, and then we will analyze the trading style. And the bottom line is scalping is 1,000 different flavors, right? So there are all various levels of scalping. Just because you can scalp doesn't mean you can scalp at a high level. Just because you can swing trade does not mean you can swing trade at a high level. Remember, the more money you have, the less skill that you need. So let's go over the performance here. 4,164 net P&L. Net profit was 4,079. Commission and fees, that's crazy. Only 85. I'm kind of liking that, to be honest with you. So I did something a little bit different today and mixed it up a little bit. So I'm liking those fees. The other day on those other accounts, I had over $4,000 in fees, okay? And trading on a live account, sometimes I have up to $2,000 in a day in fees. So the trade account today was 171 trades, 147 winning trades, and 23 losing trades, okay? And then one scratch trade. So the hit rate today was 85.96% hit rate. Not a bad gig, right? So where do we go from here? Okay, if we're looking at stats and you're looking at gurus on YouTube that will tell you about liquidity pools, market makers, institutions are getting in right here, who trained these guys or girls? Seriously, who in the hell trained these guys and girls to come up with this information? Like, they can't prove it. And if you can't prove it, then you don't need any objective evidence to disprove it, right? I mean, think about it, right? So it's like saying that the car is blue and it's actually red, right? Or saying you have a car but you ride a bicycle every day and you actually don't have a vehicle. You don't have anything that's in your name or in someone else's name or that is actually yours, right? Or a house or something that's a materialistic item, right? If you can't show it and you can't prove it, right? And no one says you have to prove something, but if you walk around saying that this is where the institutions trade, this is where the market makers are getting in at, and this is where the liquidity is, I mean, think about it. It's a storyline. Are you into stories or are you into the facts and the truth of the market? Okay? Because if the market is manipulated, then everything else is manipulated, right? Your indicators are manipulated. The people trading are being manipulated, right? And if you don't have any factual information that you can visually see yourself, then everything else doesn't apply. You can hope and pray, okay? You can literally hope and pray. The market was very nasty. The market was nasty at the open today. The first 15 minutes, we're talking nasty. Nasty, nasty. I haven't seen it that way in a long time. And we're talking volume inside those candles, okay? Volume that your little BS indicators are not going to see. Okay, if you're not a heavy hitter and you don't trade size, you're not going to visually see that volume, okay? You're not going to visually see and understand that, whoa, that's powerful, right? Because those candles were flexing before they were even printing. Those candles were flexing before they would even print, right? So you had a candle and literally, I mean, it was flexing so much, and on a video, I'm gonna show the mentees over the weekend, those who show up for the free group sessions, depending on their schedule and stuff like that. But there was a time where Rhythmic shut down. Literally, for me, Rhythmic shut down, and I'm recording this, right? And I'm like, whoa, wait a minute, that candle's stuck. All of a sudden, right when I said that, boom, it shut down. And I had to reboot everything. So I was in a trade, right? I mean, it can happen. So when you talk about winners and losers and how many blown accounts that you have, or all of this information, you must really look at what information you're trying to figure out. Whether someone has a skill, whether someone has the knowledge in the market that can actually teach you how to trade, right? Because you can't have an extremely high hit rate gambling. It's not going to work that way. Okay, that's like guessing your way to success. Okay, no, it doesn't work that way. It's like winning the lottery and then you understanding how to invest your money when you were working at a restaurant. Okay, you don't know how to invest your money. Therefore, you didn't make that money investing, so therefore you have no investment knowledge. But what's going to happen is you're going to be taken advantage of, because everyone just automatically understands how to invest, right? Your money, because they're friends of yours and they want a piece of the pie. You must learn a skill in how to approach the market in an objective way. Is that a plan? Call it for whatever you want. Okay, but when you have objective gems in the market and you're looking at the market overall, you can understand what price is doing. You can understand that. But when you get into these gurus that want, if you can see the screen here, this is TradingView, and if you can see the screen here, and if we even just go over to the volume, look at this volume right here. Look at that. And then what happened at the open? So you know how many traders were trapped? Then it went 560 ticks. So here you have a candle that's flexing, like most YouTubers, right? They're flexing, but they can't trade their way out of a wet paper bag. And flexing is not showing your bank account, okay? That's a materialistic item that takes one bad day and that's gone. Look at this candle, pretty powerful candle. And that candle alone, 370 ticks alone, volume, minimum, right? So that's from the top to the bottom. So there could have been 1,200 tick, there could have been like a 1,200 tick movement within that candle. And we're talking up and down, up and down, up and down. Very dangerous, right? If you don't know what you're doing in the market, it's dangerous. And this is why traders cannot trade on a lower time frame. They don't know what the hell they're doing. They weren't taught how to trade on a lower time frame. They weren't taught how to look at the market in an objective way. You must be able to look at the market in an objective way. If you can't look at the market in an objective way and find gems in the market, yeah, you're going to lose your ass. You're going to continue to lose. Hate to tell you, you're going to continue to lose. If you're going to go ahead and buy these gurus, come on over and buy my indicator, and look what I did. And if price always goes to these areas, right? Price always goes to these areas, and therefore buy my indicator. Listen, you don't have to buy any indicators, all right? So my suggestion to you, don't buy a bot, don't buy an indicator, don't buy some algorithmic program to try to figure out the algorithms, right? Don't do that. It's a waste of money. Why don't you learn how to trade the market? If you can learn how to trade the market, it is going to last forever, okay? And I mean that. If you learn how to physically trade the market, that will stick with you and that will be with you forever. You will get better if you practice. How do you not get better if you practice? Now, the learning curve, how much you practice on a still chart, how many times do you hear people say, whoa, backtesting, go ahead and get this backtesting tool and that way you can go back in history. Backtesting is full of shit, okay? Backtesting is not going to help you with trading. So you go back and you backtest 100 times, that means nothing. I took 174 trades today, okay? Executions in the market. You can't go back and backtest enough times to figure out if a strategy or an edge is an actual strategy or an edge in the market. You're fooling yourself. These guys are actually putting icing on the cake and telling you to take a bite. If you're addicted to sugar, you're gonna take that bite. And then once you take the bite and all of a sudden it works for you on the first time, you think you got a holy grail strategy or you have a holy grail edge. I don't say I have a holy grail strategy or edge. I know how to trade the market. Is that a holy grail? That's for you to decide. I can trade that entire market. What is it? It's called trading, right? It's not called guessing. So throw those indicators out the window like this. Get rid of them, right? Get rid of them. So if we go over here and we go to, once again, let's go to an 8-hour chart. Or actually, let's go to a 1-hour chart, okay? Let's go to a 1-hour chart. And we're gonna do our fancy lines, right? Fancy. And then you're gonna have all of these people on YouTube tell you why the prior day low and high and all of these lines that are horizontal are the most important lines. Previous day open, previous day close, high and low, and look what we just did. So if we go down, man, there's not enough lines on there. Shit. Let's do some more. Here we go. I really want to get in there and show you. You can do this. And guess what? You can trade every line that's on this chart. You can trade every line on this chart. Why not? Look, rejection, rejection, rejection. Right? It blew through it. Look at this, gap up to the line, a gap up to the line. Whoa, wait, let's look left. You see how it gapped right up there? We're gonna look left and we're gonna convince ourselves and we're gonna convince all of you that are watching YouTube videos that I know what I'm talking about, because I'm gonna look left and then I'm going to create a story. And how can you dispute the story when it's their opinion? Because you can't dispute it, you know why? Because you don't have the knowledge to call bullshit. That's why. If you had the knowledge to call bullshit, then you wouldn't believe it. But you don't have the knowledge to call bullshit. So what you want to do is continue to draw your horizontal lines and horizontal boxes. And you want to continue to follow traders that claim to be multi-million-dollar traders, just trading a bounce, just trading a high and a low, liquidity sweeps, market makers, institutional trading going on here. All these are buzzwords, but nobody knows why price took a dump here. They just look left, right? They just look left. Is looking left working out for you? Let me ask 99% of the traders that are not profitable. Is looking left working out for you? It's not working out for you. Because why are 99% of traders not profitable? 99% of traders are not profitable because they're told to look left. And I don't tell traders to look left and look right and look now and look later. Okay? I am giving you examples of what's going on. And if we go through history on the horizontal lines, look how many touches we have on this line. Can you trade this on a bounce? Yes. Can you trade that on a bounce? Yes. Can you trade that on a bounce? Yes. Can you trade this? Yes. Can you trade that? Yes. Think about it. And if you said no, then get out of trading, right? Get out of trading. Think about it. But this is not trading. This is gambling. Can you push a button there? Of course you can. Do you? Absolutely you do. All of you do. Why? Because you're told that this is the most important line from the day prior, as an example. And a disclaimer, it's probably not. But look, you were told to take a bounce, just win more than you lose. Just win more than you lose, traders. It doesn't matter if this is on an hour chart, a minute chart, or a daily chart. Just win more than you lose, right? No, we have to go back to hit rate versus volume. Volume versus hit rate. Hit rate, volume. Hit rate, volume. Okay? If you don't have hit rate and volume, you don't have a system. If you don't have hit rate and volume, you don't have a system. You don't have a systematic approach to the market. Just because you blow an account does not mean you don't have a systematic approach to the market, because it's called leverage. Slippage this morning was off the charts, man. Off the charts. Slippage was off the charts. Even throughout the first hour or so of trading. It was nasty. It was unrhythmic, okay? So, it may have not been nasty for you. It was nasty for where I was at, what I was trading, and the platform I was on. It was nasty, okay? Who's to blame? No one. It's the risk that we take. But you know what's great about the risk that I take? I have a skill to start at zero any moment of the day. Any moment of the day. I can grab any account and make it back. Any moment of the day. That's what having a skill will do for you. Not, oh, I'm going to take one trade today. How many gurus do you have on YouTube that says, oh, you got to learn to take a loss? Yeah. No shit. You got to learn to fail. That's what life is, right? So are they trying to tell you something different than about life? If you fail, the only way you succeed in life is failing, right? Those who have never failed in their life have never tried anything new. Think about it. Those who've never failed and are scared to fail don't live outside of that comfort zone, right? If you continue to live outside of that comfort zone, how are you going to get better? It's impossible. Think about it. Think about the economy in itself. If you want to buy a house and you want to live there from day one to the rest of your life, whatever that may be, you're going to be behind. Why? You didn't upgrade. You didn't upgrade. And now all of a sudden you have first-time home buyers in your neighborhood. Now you have rentals in your neighborhood. Right? So if you upgrade and continue to upgrade, this is not financial advice, but I know what I'm talking about in the real estate industry also. If you upgrade, then you're going to continue to grow with the economy. And when the economy goes down, you'll have enough equity in that home that's not going to bite you. It's the first-time home buyers that are trying to increase and trying to get in for more than they can actually afford. And then when the market takes a dump without a bunch of equity in their house, they just wanted a big home and very little equity because they're probably buying someone else's equity in the first place, right? So when you buy something that is older from another party, you're buying their equity. And if the homes go up 2 or 3, 4% a year, possibly, just an example, you're not going to gain that much. But when you buy something new, you're going to get bigger gains, especially if you buy something new in a cookie cutter home division, spec homes, whatever the case may be, because the builder in that area controls pricing too, okay? So there's a lot of variables. Trading is no different, okay? Trading is no different. If you have a skill in investment life and you have skills and you have the knowledge, trading is no different. Real estate is a skill too. Buying and selling, right? Tearing down stuff, rebuilding it, right? So when you build stuff from the ground up and it's new, then you have large sums of equity already in the house. And we're talking about custom home versus buying it from a builder. Because once again, you might be getting a great price, but you're still buying it from the builder, right? And if you buy it from the builder, he's got equity and he's got a large equity position in that home. Now, it's still better, but then when you sell it, you're the first time home buyer on that home. When you sell it, somebody else is going to buy your equity, right? Trading is no different, right? Trading is no different. If I am in a long position, right, and I bought down here and I am in a long position and I go to sell, someone is buying my equity. They're buying the position. I'm selling it and they're buying it. And then it goes up a little bit and then it goes down. And what do? I buy it again and I sell it up here. And then what happens? Somebody else buys my equity and it goes down. What do? I buy it again. And it goes up here, right? And I sell it and they buy my equity. Trading is no different. So you can literally put any line on this chart and trade off the line. Don't be fooled by any of these gurus. You can trade any line on this chart. Name it whatever you want to name it. It doesn't matter. A name does not matter. This is a horizontal line. It means nothing on a chart. It's not what you think. Go in here and look, and let's go down to a 30-minute time frame. See where those lines are at. And we look inside. We look at the rejections. And look at rejected on that line, rejected on that line. Look at this. So why is this line important? Why are these lines important? Because they have a name? The market doesn't care about you. The market doesn't care about this line or these lines. The only people that care about the lines are the people that put them there. And then they tell you that that line's important. It's not important. But they make you believe it's important. And why do they make you believe it's important? Because they don't know it's not important. Why couldn't you trade this line? Could you have taken a scalp higher and higher here and lower here and higher here? Why not? This is a 30-minute time frame. 1,400 ticks, 1,200 ticks, 800 ticks, 632 ticks. At the open, 1,670 ticks. Why couldn't you trade that line? Well, I'll tell you why you can't trade it, because you don't know how to trade the market. That's the answer. If you knew how to trade the market, then you could trade any line, right? If you knew how to trade the market, you could trade any line. But you're just throwing up a line, a previous day higher low, or a weekly higher low, or whatever you want to call a higher low, and you convince yourself that when price gets there, you're going to do something. But instead of being in price prior to it getting there, you're watching. Because you don't know that price is going to get there. You have an assumption that price is going there. That's a fact. You can't deny that. If you think price is going to your magical line, why aren't you in the trade? Why are you not in that trade, traders? Oh, because you think that your position is going to turn the market around, and that you heard by one of the biggest, baddest YouTubers that have the most followers that this is how they became rich and wealthy, by guessing. You've been fooled. You continue to be fooled by these fake gurus that are flashing money, cars, and watches. I'm here to help you, but I can't help you unless you can help yourself. You need to allow me to help you. Come on over to breathingwiththemarkets.com and I will help you. I will be with you, and I will teach you how to build a skill in actually trading the market on a daily basis. I teach traders how to start from zero each and every day. That when they lose an account, or if they blow something up, that they don't get down and frustrated in a sense that they're never ever going to get it. No, they can feel it. They can feel that their skill level is growing. They can feel that it is just a matter of time. If they are not completely profitable yet, and the key word is yet, their day is coming in the near future. A skill cannot be taken away from you. Knowledge cannot be taken away from you. Objective evidence in the market cannot be taken away, traders. Market makers, hail makers, all the fakers, manipulators, institutions, institutional trading, footprints, this is where they're at. Their fingerprints are all over this bullshit. Are you really, I mean, this is what's going on with YouTube University. And all of these fake gurus that are keep pushing this information out in hopes that you believe you can just do it on your own. Because that's what they tell you. You don't need a mentorship. You don't need a course. Just do it on your own. Watch me trade live every night. Watch me trade every day in the morning. And I trade live at night. Come join the community of all of these traders. Come join the community where you will learn how to gamble. They don't say that. Just join the community. We love and like everyone. If they really cared about you, they would be up front and say, I don't know how to fucking trade. I just have a community to bullshit. And they should post that each and every day. That they don't know how to trade and they want a community to just bullshit. Because there are people that I know that have actually signed up for Discords and signed up for courses and didn't learn a fucking thing. Nothing. But it put money in the pockets of others to go out and buy their next Porsche. And they walked away with nothing, scratching their head, wondering how this person is getting all of these items, these cosmetic items and materialistic items, and the only thing that they taught them was a high and low, and just take a trade on the higher low because it's going to make a higher high. That's fucked up. It's messed up. Yeah. 99% of traders are not profitable. And you want to believe that shit? Let me explain something to you. The people, men and women, young adults, teenagers, they are all smart. The only way that they will become successful at one specific thing is if they have the appropriate education, the appropriate mentorship, the appropriate coach that can actually guide them, show them, prove to them that a systematic approach in the market works. Only if you understand that systematic approach and how to trade the entire market. Not a slice, not a slice of the pie, not a piece of the market, but understanding the entire market and what it is actually doing. To take the highest probability trades that you can. And if you're not able to do that, then come on over to breathingwiththemarkets.com and I will work with you. If you go stray and you start to listen to other people because you don't want to put in the time to do the same thing repetitive over and over and over again. Because trading is boring. If you don't want it to be boring, then you're gambling. That's a fact. If you're looking for fun, trading is not for you. If you're looking for a hype, trading is not for you. If you're looking for boring because you have a skill that you'll never lose your entire life, then come on over to breathingwiththemarkets.com and I will teach you a skill that you will gain and you will see yourself, your own progress. I'm not going to tell you where you're at or where you're not at. You yourself will understand your progress and we will communicate and we will dial you in and we will hold you accountable just like I hold myself accountable. And we will work together to make sure that you are successful at gaining the skill against the evil market and against all of those people on YouTube spilling out fake bullshit about market makers and takers and fakers, liquidity pools. This is where the institutions are getting in. It's the only reason why that candle went up. Did anyone ever tell them the market is fucking fake? It's fake. If you don't know what the word fake is, look it up in the dictionary. You cannot prove there was a liquidity pool down there. You cannot prove the institutions were there. You think the institutions are going, oh, here I am. You don't have access to that information. That would be called insider trading, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it be insider trading if you knew where Buffett was buying and selling all the time? Wouldn't it be insider trading if you knew a company was going belly up and a week before they said everything was okay? And you took a bunch of shorts? You shorted the hell out of it with options? You put your house, you put everything on the market for that. And guess what? You'll have a door knock saying, how did you know? You made $60 million in options taking a short when positive news just came out and you shorted the market. And they filed bankruptcy 2 weeks later. This shit's real. How about trading the market? You don't need the news. What you need is to learn how to trade the market entirely. Not a piece of the market, not a slice, but the entire market. How could you possibly think that this market is moving because the gurus think that price is just sweeping liquidity? And that's how price moves. It just sweeps liquidity. Well, aren't there buyers and sellers in the market? Right? There has to be some transactions, right? Right? But let me explain something to you. This just didn't go up because there's buyers in the market. If the market is an algorithm, the market is going to move regardless of whether you wake up today or tomorrow and decide to trade in the market. You're not in the market every day, every minute of the day, every hour of the day. How many people actually trade throughout the entire day? You have traders that say, I take one trade a day. If I lose, that's it. I'm out. You got to learn to lose, and you got to learn to accept it. Let me explain something to you, traders. If I lose, I get fucking pissed. You think I'm walking away from the computer because I lose or lost the trade? Hell no. Hell no. The market threw the first punch, I'm getting some. Absolutely. Why? Because I have a skill. Hell no. You gonna lose a trade and quit? What are you thinking? You know why you quit when you lose? Because you don't know what you're doing in the first place. But if you know what you're doing in the first place and you lost, we don't quit. Quitting's not an option at breathingwiththemarkets.com. Quitting is not an option. Quitting is not an option. I can't is not an option. I wish is not an option. I hope is not an option. Intuition is not an option. A hunch is not an option. You're just gonna get it, not an option. Win more than you lose, not an option. Manage risk once your trade is open. What the hell? What Einstein thought of that? Risk starts before the execution of a trade, not after. If you don't know what you're doing in the market, stay the hell out. Anybody can push a button. A child can push a button. That doesn't mean they know how to trade. Go get a fake account and have a child push a button, and all of a sudden they win with 15 contracts. You're gonna say that they know how to trade? Think about it. Think about who you follow. Think about who you support. And think about how they want your money. And then once they get your money, you're left to dry. You don't have the information you need to be successful. They never had a skill. You know why? They don't even talk about a skill. Because they don't have it. If you don't have it, you can't talk about it. But if you continue to talk like everyone else on YouTube, then the newbies and the new traders and the wannabes and the people that you can't fucking tell anything to in the first place believe this shit. That's for you to decide. Come on over to breathingwiththemarkets.com and I will make sure that you are on the right track. I will keep you on those train tracks. And I will show you things you never thought was possible in trading. I am here for you. I am here for all of you. There's no bad vibes. But when you have a skill in the market and you listen and you see fake shit all over YouTube, that is hurting traders. The more gambling mentality that you have ingested inside of your trading experience, the harder it's going to be to break those habits. If you had a foundation at birth, a strong foundation at birth, and a continued education and strong direction throughout your life, you will turn out better than most. That's a fact. I wish you well. Peace, traders.